Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Focus on Gaming podcast, episode 95. I'm Martin.
And I'm Duncan.
Yeah, just forgot who you were then.
I think I'm Duncan. I'm pretty sure.
You're not Tom.
I will. Hang on. I'll check the label inside my trousers. Yep. Says Duncan. Yeah. So
that's good.
Definitely Duncan.
Good. I'm glad I'm on the. You're on the podcast. I'm not with some random person.
So yeah. Anyway, yes, I am definitely Duncan, and you are definitely Martin.
Yes, I am definitely Martin.
So yeah, we didn't have an episode last week. Just because it ended up that there was no night that we could particularly, or at least two of us could record. But there has been the launch of bite-sized episodes. I hope people are enjoying those. We've had a good few listens of them. Little bite-sized reviews, including today, where we're recording this on Sunday. One was released of my Noah reviewing Autonauts. He didn't particularly like it. It got good reviews on Metacritic, but he wasn't keen. He doesn't want to play it anymore. But no, he wasn't.
Person to please.
I mean, and spoiler, obviously. But anyway, bite size. Yeah, they're a couple of minutes, 4 minutes kind of episodes that are just little reviews of things. I think he probably didn't like that one because I've just got him into Call of Duty, which the wife isn't particularly keen on because obviously it's rated 18. and so me saying, yeah, but that's because of the campaign and all the effing and jeffing and violence and whatnot. I said, we played private matches, him and 5 bots versus me. I said, and that's just shooty stuff. That's all it is. The only effing and jeffing is from me. But yeah, I've got my little 7-year-old into Call of Duty. He isn't allowed to play on it on anything except for with me on private matches. So yeah, but he'll get a shock when eventually he does get online.
That'll be a eye opener when he gets to the point.
Definitely. I mean, I'm not particularly great at it, but I'm good enough that I can take him and 5. What the difficulty level was it? It's recruit and then regular, I think it is. So it's him and 5 regular bots, and I win. So
did you not increase the difficulty of the bots?
I could. But I mean, he's 7, so he sucks. Don't get me wrong, he's great for a 7-year-old, but yeah, he sucks. So if I increase the difficulty of them, then he doesn't get a look in at shooting at me. At the moment, I shoot the bots, and then while I'm injured, he comes in and shoots me, which they'll get.
I don't really play Call of Duty anymore, but I used to when I think it was like Modern Warfare 3, which it was like 2013, I think, when that sort of came out. Probably
about 2011, I would say.
Yeah. No, I think it was it was when I was 18, so it would have been like 2008, 2007. Is it World at War, and
I'm just looking
the
it
one.
up. Hang on, Modern Warfare 3. No, that's the new one. 2011. There you go. 2011.
Okay, it must have been World at War came out before that, doesn't it? Because that was that was 2008.
World at War 2008.
And then there was, I think, the one before that would, I imagine, is
Modern
Warfare 2. Yeah.
No, Modern Warfare 2 was 2009, so it was after World at War.
Maybe it was the first Modern Warfare, but it was when I was 17. and it was Modern Warfare and World at War, and I had a friend who was like, really, really good at it. Like if you were in the same team as him, the same party, you pretty much guaranteed that you were going to win. We would get 30, 40 plus kills in every game, and then only die about. He'd always get like the helicopter or the dogs, depending on what game. But we would do private matches now and then. And I probably feel like how Noah does when he plays against you. You just like, it's just impossible. I felt like a child.
I'm just still reeling over the fact that you said you were 18 in 2009 or 2007.
20 in 2000, yeah, 18.
Do you know what came out in the year I was 18? Super Mario 64.
No,
1996. I was 18. Oh God, that's a scary thought.
I was 6, and then 6/7, 1996.
Was it the original Resident Evil came out? The original Dead or Alive came out. Soul Edge, so like Soul Calibur 1. Virtua Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Super Mario. Yeah.
What a year.
And of course Tomb Raider, as in the original Tomb Raider.
A year of games.
Oh my goodness. That's just the fact that Modern Warfare 1 maybe was out with you. Yeah, that's scary. Anyway, so enough about me playing with a 7-year-old. Playing video games with a 7-year-old, just to clarify. What have you been playing recently?
I haven't really been playing a lot, but I have managed to have a go on Doom.
Excellent. So we're talking Doom: The Dark Ages.
Dark Ages, yeah, the newest one that came out probably about
what
2 weeks
platform are you playing on the Series S?
It's yeah. Well, I'm playing it on the cloud, but yeah, through the Xbox. And yeah, I've only played probably about an hour at most, maybe not even that. So far, so good. It's a little bit different to like other things, but it is still, very much you'll just.
It has the Doom DNA, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but it is slightly different. I think the main difference is the shield attacks. Which you've only unlocked the one. It literally, you could be sort of the equivalent of about 100 meters away from an enemy, and just as long as you've got them sort of in your crosshairs, you can left trigger and then right trigger, and you shield bash them from absolutely miles away. And it means that you can traverse really quickly and kill the minor enemies. You can kill them instantly from miles away.
Take quite a few out in one hit, can't you?
Because it sort of explodes them.
A crowd area, and you just do that naturally anyway. The left, right, or the left trigger, right trigger. It's just how I would usually aim and shoot on every
There's no.
I do it anyway, and then
there's no aiming, is there? There's no what do they call ADS, or whatever it is in other games. Yeah, so because the left trigger is mostly shield stuff, I think. Because what you also unlock, probably the level after you've done, is you could throw the shield. So basically, it's Doom, but with a shield. And also, I thought from the trailers and everything, I thought it was going to be very much. It was Doom: The Dark Ages. It was like a medieval theme, but it's actually you start off and the cutscenes and everything, and there's spaceships and everything, which obviously does have spaceships and all this kind of thing. But it was quite unexpected. I was like, it's not actually the Dark Ages in medieval. It has that sort of it's almost like a sci-fi medieval aesthetic. Would you say? You're not sitting there with bow and arrow, but there are teleporters and spaceships and whatnot. But
it's like castles and so on. I've only
exactly. Yeah, there's castles and things like that. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say I did really like the opening scene.
Yeah, it's quite
when they, I'm assuming
cool.
they're baddies, and they're like saying, "Oh, they're going to summon him soon" or something like that, and then just making you feel like, "Oh, they're talking about me."
Yeah, there's that Jabba the Hutt kind of bishop guy that they keep you. Was it the Slayer, as they call him? Is it Slayer? Yeah, it is Slayer. Under sort of a, but they basically keep you drugged up in a stasis thing, and then they just launch you whenever you're needed. So I'm presuming, as we neither of us have gone particularly far in it, I'm presuming that is going to mess up because there's like a Jabba the Hutt kind of bishop guy who I reckon he's going to end up being. I reckon we're going to end up killing him, or he's going to die, or something. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So we haven't got far enough to actually progress the story, but it's Doom. Who cares about the story? It's demons come out, you kill the demons, and then you get more demons, and you kill those demons. So,
well, listening to like heavy metal,
like metal, right? Yeah, some, yeah. It looks great. It plays well. It runs really well. It's a Doom game, but I just don't feel it's better than Doom Eternal. But I'm not sure if it's better than Doom 2016. It's in between those two. Personally,
didn't mind Doom Eternal. It's a bit more like platformy, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the thing. There was times where you're like, okay, so where's the enemies? Oh, there aren't enemies. I've just got to get over to that place over there by jumping over this place and this place and this place. So yeah, so if Doom Eternal and Doom were rated, let's say 7 and 9, then this would be an 8 for me.
Yeah, I haven't played enough of it yet, but so what I've played so far, yeah, I've liked. So yeah, looking forward to getting it. And Tom did do a very bite-sized.
Yes, he did do a bite size, but we've had a bit of a format issue with that, so I haven't been able to upload it. So obviously, if you're listening to this, there may be a bite size to listen to, but that will be Tom's opinion, which is obviously different to us. So yeah. He might hate it, he might not love it. I don't know. Well, actually, I do know, but I won't spoil it here.
What I would say is that we gave Tom the assignment of doing a bite-sized Doom review, and he definitely took the bite-sized part of it.
Yep.
Very short, but he does get quite a bit in that 2-minute review. He has done.
I don't know how long mine have been, because the first ever bite size I did was I haven't actually released. It was a Claire Obscure review. I see. Mine have been 2 minutes 26, 2 minutes 51, and 3 minutes 38. So
okay. So,
but my first one, the Claire Obscure one, was about 10 minutes long, and I was like, do I waffle on a bit? Yes, I do. And then Tom came up with this one that was like 1 minute 30. I'm like, okay, don't think I'll do quite that short, but that seems like a good idea. Good idea. Oh, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. But anyway, yeah. So keep an eye out for a Doom 1 and possibly other games that are coming out or older games. So I would love to review some of the games that I played recently, but I've done them in the bite size, and I want people to go and listen to them. But anyway, Doom. Let's talk a bit more about Doom. Did you? I presume that you were too young to play it when it. Well, obviously, you were 3 when the original game came out, but even when you had a Saturn and things like that, did you? What was your first experience of Doom?
Probably Doom 64, I reckon.
Okay, yeah. Which is a quite well liked version I think.
Yeah. See, I didn't really have that much knowledge of, but yeah, I just quite like you were just running around, things would drop up on the screen and you would just shoot them as soon as you saw them. And also, I don't know what Doom it was, but where I used to live, I lived in like this little village, and we used to have this bus or coach thing that would come like once a week, and it would have like these really old PCs on it, and
cool.
they had Doom on it, but I don't know what Doom it was, but I think they were one of like the early ones on it, and I used to play that, and then they stopped coming because they came one time and the people didn't want them to go, so some people
well, it was the first
slashed their tires, and then they couldn't leave. So, but then they got the tires fixed, but never came back. So,
a
bit, yeah.
I mean, it was the first game, or my first experience of shareware. So it's basically like a demo, because you had demo discs, obviously, back in the day. Obviously, and some platforms you had demo tapes or whatever. But shareware was, you would either get a demo disc on the front of a magazine, or early versions of the internet, you could download it, and you basically got the first episode for free. And yeah, it was a big version of the game. Yeah, it was a lot, and people just played that over and over again. But also, what happened was that because of the way it was moddable, or people were able to make their own levels, all people had to do was have the shareware version, which was free, and then have like these add-ons. So it was a widely pirated game, widely pirated, but there were so many good WADs, they're called, like files that adapted it. I still remember one of my favourite was a friend of mine had the graphics would change to the alien, so that instead of the demons, it would be xenomorphs and facehuggers. But they also had the Beavis and Butthead sound pack. so you had these xenomorphs running around going and whenever you shot them, like sucks, dude, kind of thing. And you could have, I mean, there were thousands of these things. It was such a, and everybody played it. It was, if you had access to a PC, everybody, it doesn't matter who it was, would have a version of Doom, whether it was from a demo disc or whatever. And although it was quickly, the technology of it was brilliant, because although you had Wolfenstein 3D and Duke Nukem and things like that, the technology was soon surpassed. But it was just because of how open it was, people just still carried on playing the original. Now, I was 15 when the original came out, but I probably didn't play it till I'm looking at the timeline, probably until actually Final Doom came out. So 1996. Because I remember I had a friend who worked for a very early days internet provider, and so he had access to downloads. It was like, ooh, what? So you can just download games? He's like, yeah. And this is mid-90s, so talking to somebody online and everything was amazing, because it was dial-up, and yeah, it was just brilliant. It was fantastic. And Doom 2 came out only a year later, and then you had Final Doom in 1996. So yeah, Doom 64, 1997. So you would have been what, 7?
7.
So it was probably 98 then when you played it. Probably came out a year later in UK. North America pound. Yep, December 1997. So
I would have been 8.
You would have been 8. There you go.
But I don't know if I would have played it when it was first out. But yeah, that would have been. So I don't know. I probably would have been more like 9 or whatever. But yeah, still quite young, I guess.
But that was one that actually had. Didn't Doom 64 have 3D characters? I don't know. I can't remember. But it's still one. It's in the collection of Doom that's available on modern consoles. So yeah, it's fantastic. And then unfortunately, 2004 brought Doom 3. Now, it wasn't a terrible game. It's just it wasn't particularly Doomish. And so it got good reviews. It did get good reviews, but there was a lot of people who weren't that keen on it because it didn't feel like the other Dooms, because obviously it was a 3D shooter. But it still got good reviews. But I don't think I've ever completed Doom 3.
I had it on the Xbox Doom 3. So, I liked it, but it seems like the ones that get reviewed very highly, like Doom 3 and Doom Eternal, you don't seem that keen on them. So,
well, yeah, but Doom 3 got good reviews, but I don't know, yeah, I don't know, just didn't seem like as good as the original. I don't know whether it's rose tinted specs or something like that, but yeah, Doom Eternal though, the platforming was. I mean, I was somebody who, when I heard reviews of it, because I didn't play it until it had been out for about a year, I think, and when I played it, I was like, this is fine. This is just Doom. This is great. And then I got to bits where it was a lot of platforming. I'm like, oh, this is why people didn't like it. And again, it's like Godfather 3. This is always the comparison I have when Doom Eternal is not a 1 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. It is an 8 out of 10 game, but Doom 2016 was a 9 out of 10. And for people who love Doom, 10 out of 10. And yeah, and that's the thing with Dark Ages. Dark Ages, if you went, this is a first-person shooter, and nobody has made any other games like this before. This is an original IP. You would play it and go, wow, this is really good. Oh, this is an 8 or 9 out of 10. It's really good. But as a Doom game, it's not as good as a particular versions. So what I'm saying is, it ain't crap. It just isn't the best one. That's all.
Yeah,
I think the Dark Ages is great.
Yeah, I guess if you're playing it or you're going to play it and you are a Doom fan, you may not like it as much as someone who just likes.
Yeah, I am somebody who just likes the franchise. I'm not a Doom aficionado. I like to play it on one level from the bottom difficulty because I want to complete it. I don't want to die 500 times. But Dark Ages is a great game. I'd highly recommend, if you like first-person shooters, to get it.
You don't want to play it on the level where if you die, you have to start.
It's like Nightmare, isn't it? What is it they call the? I've got to look it up now. Doom difficulty names. I'm Too Young to Die is the easiest one. Hey, Not Too Rough. Hurt Me Plenty. Ultraviolence. Nightmare. Thou Needeth a Wet Nurse. That's a beginner friendly, apparently. Yellow Bellies Are Us. So the original one had I'm Too Young to Die, Hey, Not Too Rough, Hurt Me Plenty, Ultraviolence, and Nightmare. But yeah, they've had all sorts of funny skill level names. Oh, yeah, I'm using that. Yeah, oh, it's Heretic. Heretic uses Thou needeth a wet nurse, yellow bellies are us, bringest them wanneth, and thou art a smite meister, and black plague possesses thee. Oh, okay. But then Hexen just goes to Squire, Knight, Warrior, Berserker, Titan. Strife, so PlayStation. Oh, yeah. See, the PS1 and Sega Saturn has different ones again. I'm a wimp. Hey, not too rough. Hurt me plenty in Ultraviolence. Whereas Doom 64 just had Be Gentle, Bring It On, I Own Doom, and Watch Me Die.
Yeah.
Doom 3. Doom 3. See, again, the ones that aren't great don't have skill level names that are funny. That has Recruit, Marine, Veteran, and Nightmare. Ooh. I'm still any funny ones? No, that's it. That's all the funny ones. But yeah, whatever. I think there's 4 in Doom Dark Ages, and I have 1 from the bottom because, yeah, I suck nowadays. What is it I've been playing recently that I died? I died in something recently. I'm like, I can't believe I died in that. Actually, I might be in Call of Duty against my son, and I think at one point he had I think we had it on Recruit. His bots on Recruit accidentally, and I'm like, and I died a couple of times.
Was it one of the bots, or was it your son?
Yeah, one of the bots was on Recruit level. All the bots were on Recruit level, and I was like, "Oh, this is particularly easy." And I realised halfway through the game, I said, "Oh, I think we forgot to put it on regular." And he was like, "Oh, okay, then we'll just finish this game." I was like, "Okay, then." And I died a couple of times. I was like, "No, it's embarrassing." But I was playing a 7-year-old again. So, would you say that Doom is possibly one of the best or is the best first-person shooter that you can get?
What franchise, or just
if somebody said to you, "Here you go, I've got Quake, I've got Doom, I've got Call of Duty, I've got Battlefield, I've got what else is there? Unreal Tournament, all these kind of things, Wolfenstein." What would it be? The top or one of the top ones for you?
So yeah, I think.
Are you particularly a first person?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't. I'm probably not as big as fan as because there's other people who just all they play is first person shooters. But then you get people who will play Call of Duty, for example. That's the only game that they would play. But yeah, I'd say out of first person shooters, I'd say Doom is definitely up there with.
Yeah, I mean, all these people who are like, I'm the best at Call of Duty kind of thing. It's like, yeah, put Doom on nightmare difficulty, and then tell me you're good at first person shooters. I mean, nightmare difficulty is generally it's the first person shooter version of Soulsborne games, I think. You will die a lot, and it's all the enemies have to do is look at you, and you die. But I've never been that good.
Yeah, see, I like you. I just want to play it and enjoy the game. I don't want it too easy, where it's like not a challenge at all. But I don't want it to be the point where it's stressful, and so yeah, it's which.
I mean, oh God, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I say that, but then I like the Souls-like games, which are really difficult. But I feel that but then the heroic mode in Doom would be harder than the Souls-like games, just because it's just more chaotic. There's more enemies, and
yeah. I mean, if I was to go by online, like multiplayer,
awesome.
then it's great fun, but it isn't as good as modern, like the old style. They're not as good as the modern multiplayer games. But the 2016 Doom had okay multiplayer, and you could design your own levels quite easily.
There's no multiplayer in the Dark Ages, is there?
No. So
Because there
I
was.
don't know whether that's made a
where
big
you could be
deal.
multiplayer and you could be the monsters.
Yeah. Well, I think you have a versus, don't you, in the 2016?
But there was like one though where someone would be Slayer and you would be, and everyone else would be monsters. I can't remember which Doom it was, but so
I've never really played, other than literally back with the original Doom. I don't think I've ever particularly played online with them, because back in the day, Unreal Tournament I played, that was on PC, and hang on, I'm just trying to see what year that was. Unreal Tournament 1999, so that was probably my first online first-person shooter. But my favorite first-person shooter of all time is still Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, and it's still going. It's still going. You can still play it, and there's still servers. It was basically Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It was the online version of that, and they released. It was back when you didn't have live service games, so they just went, "Oh, we were going to release this as an add-on, but it's there's not enough content to warrant releasing it as a paid thing, so we're just going to release it for free." And so they released this thing where people could make mods and everything for free. You could download it for free. Back in the day when it was when there was probably only 1% of players had broadband, which is quite funny trying to play it. But you could have 64 v 64 matches, and probably nowadays you could probably have even more. But and it was it had like the mission would be the attackers and defenders. So the defenders had to defend a tank, and the attackers had to get near the tank. And when they outnumbered, the tank would move forward. Yes, and then you had to repair parts of it was just great fun. So that was my favorite first person multiplayer.
No, I remember I used to love, and I still Timesplitters games.
Oh yes, that was a good
one. The story mode, really like the story mode. When you see, I think Timesplitters 2 was my favorite, but you could also do create the games where it was just free for all, and it could be you and 16 computer or bots or whatever.
Yeah, it's one that people are asking to be remastered and re-released quite a lot, both Timesplitters and Timesplitters 2. But if you get what was it called? Homecoming. There was a game. Oh, what was it called? It was. There was a game that was it. Was it just called Homecoming? No.
There was a game called Homecoming, isn't there?
Oh no! It was it had a foot. Basically, there was in the game there was Timesplitters, and it was like one or two levels or something like that, and you could play it within the game. Oh no, Homefront. That was the game.
Oh, no.
Homefront. That was it. Homefront: The Revolution. And then eventually, somebody found out that there was the entire game, and all you had to do was put in a code, and hey presto, you could play the entire full game of Timesplitters 2. They'd actually put the whole game in there. So if you want to play Timesplitters 2, get Homefront: The Revolution. I don't think there's multiplayer in that. That is just the story mode.
What consoles in front on?
Homefront is
PlayStation 3, Xbox.
It's that kind of era. And PC, so you can play that if you want to play Timesplitters 2. Get that. There is also apparently. There was somebody trying to do a fan-made PC port to Timesplitters 2 using Homefront: The Revolution files. Okay. Oh, so somebody has actually done it. So basically, somebody's done a mod so that you can install Homefront: The Revolution, and this mod will bring Timesplitters 2, so you can just start it and delete all the Homefront files that you don't need. So I mean, Homefront wasn't particularly a great game, but
also forgot to add Halo as well. The original Halo.
Yes. See, I didn't play online with that as well. But
the campaign
was fantastic. But I've played with people since, and the fact that you get people who are just like, I've got the pistol, blam, and they shoot you in the head. It's like playing Rainbow Six Siege, which at least in that game, people are meant to shoot you in the head and kill you instantly. That was a good game as well, first person shooter, but very very much like the Rainbow Six games are very much a different kettle of fish. Again, they are tactical shooters, so you have to communicate and you have to go right. I'll go left, you go right, kind of thing. There's one person in there. They're in this corner or something. And if you don't shoot somebody quickly, you get shot in the head and you die. Whereas Call of Duty, you just run around and you can spray and pray.
I like the first person shooting where it's got like a local online. No, not local online. It's got local multiplayer. So Rainbow Six Vegas. I used to play that with my friend a lot.
That was good. Although that was co-op mostly, wasn't it? Because
but that's what I mean. That's what.
That was. I liked that because screen cheated. Do you ever play the games that you could screen cheat with people, like GoldenEye?
Yeah. I guess if it's local, then you could just chat.
Did you have? There was actually a game called Screen Cheat. Have you heard of that?
No, but I think
what it was. So basically, you could play it online, but what it was, you would always have 4 players' screens on your screen, even if you were playing online, and you knew where you were, obviously, but all the other players were invisible. But all the areas that you were in were color coded, so you'd be in the red area, or the purple area, or the blue area, or the yellow area, and you had to work out from looking on people's screens, on the other people's screens, where they were, and so you'd just be running around and firing at a particular area because you thought that's where they were. And sometimes you'd be like, "Oh no, I was so close!" and all this. It's a fantastic game. If you've got a group of friends, then I'd highly recommend playing that game. It's one of those ones that's better with friends, and people can't moan that people are screen cheating because that's the whole point of the game. There are so many good first-person shooters. I don't know which one would be.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably when we finish, I'll probably be like, I forgot to mention forgot to mention that one. But yeah, the obvious ones are for me.
You got Battlefield 4. The Battlefield games, but Battlefield 4 particularly for me. That one's a fantastic game. I've owned that for many years. It's still just as popular. Yeah, the Call of Duty, Halo. There's been some PlayStation ones. PlayStation's never really had a particularly big first-person shooter franchise. I mean, they've had Killzone and Killzone, but that's never really, because they haven't released it on other platforms. It's never really become that big. So I've never played any of the Killzones, I don't think. Oh no, I'll play Killzone on the PS Vita. That's what I've done. But yeah, that one wasn't good. I can't remember. That's how much it lasted in my memory. I can't even remember if it was any good or not. PS Vita. Killzone Mercenary. Yeah, Killzone Mercenary. Well, got okay reviews on Metacritic, but yeah.
They haven't released a Killzone for ages, and I think the last Killzone came out
probably.
I think it was the PS4 that it was like released with the PS4. It's like a day one, and they haven't done one since.
I mean they are. Guerrilla Games are still going. They're Death Stranding and Horizon Forbidden, the Horizon games. So they've moved away from Killzone. The last Killzone was 2013, Shadowfall on PlayStation 4. Yeah. So they did Horizon Zero Dawn 4 years later, and they haven't looked back since. And they are doing Death Stranding 2 as well at the moment.
I'm going to sound very unprofessional here, but my battery is very.
Your battery to go. I've got a flashing red light on my screen because I'm the director of the website.
If it just disappears and charger at the moment either, so
that's fine. I think we've talked about first-person shooters for long enough.
I think anything news-wise, I think
no. We were going to talk about the fact that apparently Super Mario Kart World was going to be a Switch 1 game, but now it is definitely not going to be a Switch 1 game. But it was developed at first for the Switch 1.
Haven't played Mario Kart, Duncan. I said haven't played, not me, but you've played Mario Kart.
Yeah, well, it's because the open world thing. I think it possibly could have been maybe a bit sluggish, or it would have been not as pretty. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it hasn't gone from, oh my God, Mario Kart to, ultra realistic. It's going to blow people's minds with how pretty it looks. It looks like a Mario game. But it is a more open, the tracks are more open and whatnot. So, I think it's good that it's not being developed for both platforms because that means they can just throw more power at the open world aspect. So it feels more like Mario Kart World as opposed to Mario Kart Land. A good thing.
Good thing, but not so good for those who won't.
Not long until the Switch 2 comes out.
Yes,
which we are going to be covering. It will be in basically 2 weeks. Just under 2 weeks. We will cover the release, but none of us are actually buying one. And unfortunately, we need more people to listen to us for them to actually send us one to review. So, get your friends to listen to the podcast, and then we can go to Nintendo. Look at our multitude of people that listens to us. Right, so before your battery goes, like and subscribe, and on that note, focusongaming.co.uk. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. So on that note, bye.
See you later.